So now as you can see in our activity manage history, we have clear history button and we referenced it in our manage history .java file and we created its on click listener. So in that on click listener, we'll call one method create delete pop-up, and we will create this method private void create delete pop-up. So we will show alert dialog in that method. So we will use alert dialog dot builder is equal to new alert dialog dot builder, and we will pass manage history dot this as context to it. Now it needs view, so we will create layout file in layout directory. We will call it pop-up delete all history. Then in that we will use material card view with the layout width match parent and height wrap content. We'll set card elevation to 8 dp and card corner radius to 6 dp. Then in that we will add one linear layout. The layout width match parent and height wrap content. We will set its orientation to vertical and we will add padding of 10 dp from all sides. Now in that linear layout, first of all we will add one text view with the layout width and height wrap content. We will set its id to hey htv and we will set its text to hey and comma and space, and we will extract its string resource. Then we will set its text color to attribute primary text. We will set its text appearance to text appearance headline 6. Then we will add margin bottom of 4 dp and we will collapse its empty tag. And after that text view we will add another text view, so just copy this entire tag one more time and we will change its id to do you really htv, and we will change its text to do you really want to delete all history, and we will change text appearance to text appearance subtitle 1 and we will extract string resource. Then after those two text views we will add one linear layout with the layout width match parent and height wrap content. We will give it id yes no buttons LLH, and we will use style Android attribute button bar style. We will add padding of 4 dp and we will add margin top of 2 dp and we will specify weight sum to 2. Then in that linear layout, first of all we will add one material button with the layout width 0 dp, layout height wrap content and weight 1. We'll give it id no button delete history. We'll set its text to no and we'll set its style to custom to cancel button style, which we previously defined, and we'll collapse its empty tag. Now we will just copy the entire tag of material button. We will rename it to yes button delete history. We'll change its text to yes and we will use custom filled button style. Now after this linear layout we will add one progress bar with the layout width and height wrap content, and we will give it ID, deleting progress bar H. Then we will set layout gravity to center, and we will set its visibility to gone, and we will collapse its empty tag. After that progress bar, we will add one image view with the layout width and height wrap content. We'll set its ID to deleted IVH. Then we will set its background to check background, and we will set layout gravity to center, and we will set content description done, and extract string resource, and we will make it gone by setting its visibility to gone, and we will collapse its empty tag. Now after that image view, we will add one text view with the height and width wrap content. Then we will set its ID done tvh. We will set its text to done. Then we will set its text appearance to text appearance subtitle 1. Then we will set its text color to attribute primary text, and we will set layout gravity to center horizontal, and we will set its visibility to gone, and we will collapse its empty tag. Now after that, we will add one material button. So just copy this material button tag of yes button delete history one more time after text view, and change its width to match parent, and height wrap content, and remove weight from it. Then we will give it ID close button H. We will set its text to close, and we will extract string resource, and we will set its visibility to gone, and we will use cancel button style instead of custom field button style. So we will use this pop-up delete history layout in create delete pop-up dialog. So in our create delete pop-up, we will create view using manage history dot this dot get layout inflator dot inflate r dot layout dot pop-up delete all history, and we will pass history container as parent and false as a test to root. Then we will get our views from layout. So we will get material button, yes button, and no button, that is those two buttons. So we will reference them. Yes button is equal to view dot find view by id r dot id dot yes button delete history. Then we will reference no button. Thereafter we will reference final text view, hey stv, do you really stv, and done tvh. Then we will reference final progress bar, deleting progress bar h. Then final image view, deleted ivh. Then final material button, close button h, and final linear layout, yes no buttons LLH, yes no buttons LLH. So just copy this line several times. First of all, we will reference hey HTV, then do you really STV, then done TVH, then deleting progress bar, then deleted IVH, then close button H, and yes buttons LLH. So now as you can see, our yes buttons LLH contains those two buttons, hence instead of referencing it over here, we'll reference them from yes buttons LLH. So after referencing our views, we will set this view to our dialog builder. So we will set builder dot set view and we will pass our view, and we will create alert dialog from that builder using builder dot create. Then we will set yes button dot set on click listener to new view dot on click listener, and here we will start a new thread, new delete history, and we will pass hey htv to it. Then do you really htv to it, then done tvh to it, deleting progress bar h to it, then deleted ivh, then close button h, then yes no button LLH, and our alert dialog reference dialog, and we will start this thread. So we will replace this with lambda and just bring this down. So we will create this delete history thread after our create delete pop-up code is done. Then after our yes button on click listener, we'll set no button dot set on click listener to new on click listener, and we will dismiss our dialog using dialog dot dismiss, and we will replace this with lambda. Now we will set close button h dot on click listener to the same one, which will dismiss our dialog. Thereafter we will make our dialog set cancelable on touch outside to true, and we will make our dialog cancelable using set cancelable to true, and we will show our dialog using dialog dot show. So we need to create this delete history thread in our activity. So we'll create a class, private class delete history, which will extend thread, and we will create some properties, private final text view done tvh. So we'll just do one thing, we will copy that all code in this delete history, and we will specify private as access specifier to all those. Then we will add one more property, private final alert dialog, and we'll create constructor private delete history, which will accept text view hey htv, then text view do you really htv, then text view done tvh, then it will accept progress bar, deleting progress bar h, then image view deleted ivh, then material button close button h, then linear layout yes no buttons LLH, and alert dialog, and in this we will set this dot hey htv is equal to hey htv, then we'll set do you really htv to do you really htv, then done tvh to done tvh. Similar thing for deleting progress bar h, for deleted ivh, for close button h, for yes no buttons LLH, and for our alert dialog. Then after setting those properties, we will make our dialog set cancelable to false because currently deletion of history is ongoing within this thread. Then we will set dialog dot set cancelled on outside touch to false as well, and we will make hey htv dot set visibility to gone. Then we will set do you really htv to gone and yes no buttons LLH to gone, and we will make our progress bar visible. Then we will set deleted ivh dot set scale x to 0.0f. We'll set its scale y to 0.0f, and we will set its alpha to 0.0f. Then after our constructor we will override its run method. After super call we will create try block. In this try block we will create array list of integer, so it will store all history item IDs. Then we will create for block for integer I is equal to 0, I is less than history items al dot size I plus plus, and we will create history item using db dot get history item history items al dot get, and we will pass I. Now just open manage history rv adapter and reference code from remove item. So we'll store favicon path in favicon path variable of history item. Then we will check if that path is not contains in bookmark, quick links and home pages. So if that is true, then we will reference that favicon file and delete it, and after that we will delete our history item. Now after this for loop we'll catch size using manage history rv adapter dot clear all history. So it will clear the history items and it will return its previous size. So here we need to pass id. So we will pass history item dot get hi key id to it. Now after storing our size we will call manage history dot this dot run on UI thread new runnable, and we will call manage history rv adapter dot notify item range removed from 0 to size. This needs to be called on UI thread, hence we call that on UI thread. Now we will ignore any exception if it occurs, so we'll rename it to ignored. Thereafter we will create finally block, and we will set visibility of our child views on UI thread. So we will provide new runnable to it. Then first of all we will make our progress bar gone using set its visibility to gone. Then we will make our deleted ivh visible, then done tvh visible, close button h visible, and we will animate our deleted ivh. As you can see, previously we set its scale x to 0.0, scale y to 0.0 and its alpha to 0.0. So we will animate our deleted ivh using animate function, and we will use with layer, so it will use hardware layer for animation, and then again it will switch back to the default layer, so it will improve the animation performance, hence we are using with layer with it. And we want to animate its scale f to 1.0 f and its scale y to 1.0 f and its alpha to 1.0 f within duration 175 milliseconds and with end action, and we will pass new runnable. We will make our dialog cancelable on outside touch again, and we will make it cancelable, and thereafter we will start this animation, and we will replace our runnables with lambda. So now our code is ready. We will test this on emulator. Now we will visit google.com and Instagram. So now we will open our manage history. Now as you can see, we have two history items and their few cons and all other functionality is showing. Now we will use this clear history button, so our pop-up is visible. Now when we press no, it will dismiss our alert dialog. So this is dim background of alert dialog, and when we click on outside, it will dismiss our alert dialog, and when we click on yes button, it will show progress bar and it will animate our image view. So as you can see, it is working fine. Now as you can see, we have this history button in our menu. Now we will create functionality for this history button from the next video.